Oh yeah, pipe smokers. This is the Paul Gilson YouTube channel, and you know me. I'm Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy. Happy Inauguration Day. My man got in for the second time. Our 45th president and our 47th president. Thank the Lord. I loved his speech afterwards. A lot of people are talking, why didn't he put his hand on the Bibles? I don't know. Kept his right hand down to his side, or his left hand down to his side, and his right hand up. He didn't place it on the Lincoln Bible or the Bible that his mother gave him. And I don't know why that is. Anyway, so grab your favorite pipe and grab a smoke, yeah, maybe even a beverage. And let's have a Monday night smoke together. It's the 20th, yeah. Oh yeah, so tonight I'm smoking Captain Earl's 10 Russians. I have never had a bad Captain Earl's blend. And it's made by Cornell and Deal. All the Captain Earl blends are Latakia rich, and they are good. And we're going to smoke that out of this no-name pipe. It just says Algerian Briar, bowl number 56B. That's all it says. Yeah. Algerian Briar is great. It has a very tight grain. It's actually become very rare because of the wars and stuff. They blew up a lot of the Algerian briar fields, believe it or not. So Algerian briar is like premium briar. It's normally straight grained, very tight grain. It smokes cool and it smokes sweet. And let's start something on fire. Oh, yeah. That's so good. So relaxing. So I watched on my lunch hour Donald J. Trump being inaugurated and J.D. Vance being inaugurated. J.D. Vance put his hand on the Bibles. Donald Trump didn't. Why that is, I don't know. Only he knows. Was it an act of defiance? I don't know. His first election, he put his left hand on the Bible and put his right hand up. But this time he put his right hand up, kept his left hand right down to the side. And I don't know why that is. I didn't even notice it until my friend Milburn was like, why do you think he did that? And I was like, I didn't even notice. I don't know. So who knows? The news media is having a field day with it. You know, this is after he did his speech saying by the grace of God, you know, he wasn't killed. He was spared so he could be a leader for the American people, save this country. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. If any of you guys might have any ideas, put it in the comment section. I watched two guys they were a little bit of a distance away from when Biden took off in the helicopter, and they were like, man, thank the Lord he's gone. This hasn't been, I've never seen a helicopter where people are so happy than the last helicopter that flew out of Vietnam, evacuating our troops. I had to laugh at that one. So I'm cleaning this pipes up, for my buddy. My buddy Ben sent me 53 pipes to clean and somewhat restore and just make like new again. I come across this pipe. It's got a price tag of $500 on it. Okay. This is made out of anodized aluminum. I would suspect they would call that like a radiator pipe or something. There's some sort of briar insert in there. This may or may not be briar on the bottom. I don't know. It's got a silk screen name here that says Porsche design. On the bottom it says made in Germany. That's a pipe that you have to be careful of. All right. $500 pipe. Anodized aluminum. If I put that on the wheel, it'll take that right off. If I put that on the polishing wheel, it'll take that anodizing right off. And the guy beat the shit out of it. All right. Whoever owned it. I really don't want to touch this pipe. The other briar is telling me, run, Forrest, run. Just send it back, clean it up the best you can, ream it out extremely carefully. It has some sort of liner in it. I am not ghosting this pipe. I will clean it up for him the best I can. I'll make the stem look like brand new. It's oxidized. Some guy was probably driving around with his Porsche in the 70s with this. I don't know. That's one that I'm staying away from, though. Because I can just see bad things happening. This pipe is telling me, run, Forrest, run. So I'll clean it up a little bit on the outside and so forth. Clean the stem up. Other than that, no way. I ain't touching that pipe. There's no way in hell I will touch that pipe. Other than, I can just picture polishing this black paint up and all of a sudden, it burns through to whatever wood is under there. Or polishing this anodized aluminum up, and all of a sudden, all of a sudden we just got regular aluminum. Nope. No way. I haven't told him yet, but I'll clean the stem up. I'll clean it out. I will extremely gently ream that pipe out and send it back to him. Oh, man. So for those of you that watched the giveaway where my friend Rick and I drove to Medina to meet Gary Lawton and give him the Gilson pipe. I didn't tell you this. He used to own 2 pipe stores. Yeah, when he was a young man, he owned 2 pipe stores. And now the guy is smoking Dollar General tobacco that he keeps in this huge barrel that, like, those cheese balls came in, the huge barrel with a plastic top that really doesn't have a seal. Thing's half full, it's dried out. If I grabbed some, it would just be like... So he got some nice blunts, and yeah, we have some good things coming up. We're going to go to a 3-generation brick and mortar pipe and tobacco store, a real one. Not one, I mean, they have all kinds of smoke shops around here, but it's like, all they carry is like marijuana pipes or crack pipes or meth pipes. They're all made out of glass. They might have a few cigars, but it's all about marijuana and hard drugs. This is a real pipe maker. 3 generations of pipe makers. Well, I think the grandfather's passed on, so it's just the father and son now. We're going to go in and interview them, and you guys will be able to order pipes, from them if you want. I own 2 Kelnitz pipes that I ordered. I ordered them just because I love their beauty, even before I knew they were only like 60 miles away from me. Oh, yeah. That's smoking good. There was a guy that asked me, I want that pipe. I'll give you $60 for that Algerian pipe. I'll give you what you want. He says, just give me 10 days to come up with the money. I said, fine. I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. Didn't hear from him. About a month and a half after he said 10 days. I got my money. I'm going to send the money out to you. And that was like a month ago. So I think I'm going to put that in my personal collection. And if I get his money, I think I'm going to write down return to sender. Because if you tell me you want a pipe, I think, waiting 2.5 to 3 months for payment on a pipe and holding it, I think that's a bit too long. So when his money comes in, I'm just going to write return to sender and send it back. And the reason why I say that is because Algerian briar is like the most premium briar you can ever get. I got one of my buddy's pipes here, Ben from Redeemed Pipes. That's just a no-name pipe, all right? And it says straight grain on one side, and on the other side it says Algerian briar. And that thing is filthy. He's got a price tag on it of $100. And then after I do it, he's going to raise the price. I got a gorgeous Algerian briar pipe here for $60. And, so I'm just not going to hold on to it for the guy anymore, Do you blame me? It smokes too good. It's going in my personal collection. Oh, these Algerian pipes. You can find one for 50, 60 bucks online. Then you got to have somebody ream it out, de-ghost it, clean all the internals, polish everything up. If there's teeth chatter, they have to sand that all out of the stem. All right, polish that all up and make sure it looks as good as that pipe. That pipe, you know what? That pipe's worth 120 bucks. It's NFS, not for sale anymore. So, my friend, if you're watching, you made me wait too long. I changed my mind. If you haven't sent the money out yet, keep your money. It's no good to me. Let's talk about the border next. All right, so we've graduated to a cigarette. So Donald Trump says that on day one, which is today, he's going to send the military to enforce our borders. I work with guys that have been in Blackwater. Many of you don't know what Blackwater is. It's like a private contracting company. It's a military company. They send you your team over to foreign countries to kill people and to take care of business. I worked with guys that were in special forces. These guys don't even have to work anymore, okay? But they do. Most of them are in their 50s. You want to insulate and protect our southern border. You can do it with just regular plastic tape, like a police line, all right? Go all the way out to the Mexican border. You lay thousands of miles worth of this tape. You come back 200 yards, 300 yards on our soil, you lay another one. So basically, you have, all right, here's the United States, here's Mexico. You put the caution tape up here, you put the caution tape up here. It's 200 yards apart. Anything that walks in between that caution tape is dead. You know, we have in our military, these guys they can fly freaking C-140 Hercules or whatever those things are all along the border. You can have people stationed every half mile. Some of the machine guns they have now will kill you at a half mile. They cross that border, they come into the kill zone. It's only going to take about a day or two until they realize that this might be an unsafe place to enter. And the only thing that concerns me is the children. I don't have an answer for that. But we're being invaded. Okay, I'll tell you what. You go to South Korea, all right? You try to cross into the North Korean border, I don't care if you're 10 years old or you're 80 years old, they're going to shoot you dead, all right? And a lot of people might be saying, oh, man, come on. Well, no, that's what we got to do. You try to go to Canada's border, okay? That little thing comes down that says stop. They ask for your passport, whatever. All right, Canada. I'm very near to the Canadian border. If that thing comes down and you go blasting through it and bust it off, I will guarantee there will be extreme machine gun fire and you'll be taken out. I had a good friend of mine, he was in the Air Force. And this was just a terrible story. This was back in the early 70s. And he was stationed guard with 2 or 3 other guys. They had a perimeter set up around the Air Force base. Bunch of drunk Southern boys, yahoos, came driving around with a truck and they started shooting at the base. And my buddy said, I had the shot. He said I had a fully automatic M16. He says I lit that windshield up. And he said when we got there to look at what happened, it was a bunch of teenage boys that were drunk. And he relied on alcohol and all that stuff and drugs the rest of his life. He just couldn't get over it. And I was like, hey, man, you were stationed to stand guard, right? Yep. You were doing your job, right? Yep. How would you feel if you backed down, you didn't do your job? All of a sudden, you're... best Air Force buddy gets his head blown off by these drunk yahoos. Those are some of the tragedies of war. And it's unfortunate and sad, and it's a horrible thing. But you know what? Where were those 15, 16-year-old kids' parents saying you need to be in by this hour? Who knows? I don't know. There's no answer. I don't believe in killing women and children, but you know what? If you've got a border and you have it in a bunch of different languages that if you cross this line, you will be shot dead, all right? And they don't heed that warning, it's on them, in my opinion. It's on them. That's all I got to say. Hopefully, hey, you know what? Set up that kill zone just with freaking tape. You cross the line, you're in the kill zone, you're dead. That's only going to happen a few times. And then people that are trying to enter this country illegally are going to understand that we mean business and we're not screwing around. And unfortunately, some people are going to die. But that's my belief. Paul the Pipe Guy over and out.